Hello everyone, this is Red Robot, and do I have an exciting little strategy to share with you today. This is the flare gun firing squad, and it's exactly as it sounds. We have 4 or 3 or 5 pyros with the flare gun all at once. And what we're doing is picking a target or a choke point and just spamming flares in there like nothing else. And the reason I came up with this is because I was thinking, I was messing around with some combos like the Hue Along Heater plus Pyro, the Sun on a Stick plus Pyro, and then I was like, wait, you know what synergizes with Pyro better than anyone else? Just more Pyro. So we decided to use the flare gun, because their first flare gun is going to do 30 damage, regardless of range, right? But if you flare someone who's on fire, that next one is going to do 90. So 2 flares synced together can do 120 damage plus burn. And as you can see, people that run into these just get absolutely decimated. The times when we got a whole bunch of people all grouped up, all spamming down one place, it felt great. It really felt like we're getting this really good focus fire going on, and yeah, players that ran into these flares, they just completely melted. This spot, while makes for a cool shot to see all the pyros crouching in front and behind you, not so good when a bunch of soldiers are shooting rockets in here. Eventually we wise up and start flaring out in the open, but not after a few more times getting destroyed close range by soldiers. Oh my god. 4 pyros and none of us can reflect. Who knew? That being said, the small enclosed nature of this stairwell was actually helpful for actually getting us all grouped up. I don't know if you've noticed, but TF2 players are really easily distracted, myself included, and when you're playing Pyro, oh man, there's so many things you want to do. Oh, there's a scout, let's go kill him. A spy, gotta burn him, chase him down. And before long, your whole team is equally spread out across the map, and you can't get any sort of focus going on. So, I got a few good clips, but it was kind of really here and there, because it was really hard to get everyone close together. Going into this, I thought that other pyros would be really annoying because obviously we can't light them up easily and we can't get that 90 damage on them consistently, but it turned out to not be a problem at all because with this many pyros, it's not hard to get crit flares on them like this. You don't have to, you know, do the clever little flare punch on your own. You just have another pyro to flame them, and even pyros that ran at us were able to sink flares on them and get crits from long range, so it was pretty ridiculous. And even things like heavies, oh man, heavies were just so perfect for killing with this strategy, just because they move so nice and slowly, and you can line up your flares and have all of your friends just mow them down. It was great. Surprisingly, this strategy actually ended up working really well. We won, I think, most, if not all of the games we played. It might not seem that obvious that we're doing so well because in the kill feed you're only getting my kills and you're only getting notifications for the ones that I finish off or get assists on, but there were lots of them that I wasn't because we just had so many pyros going at the same time. But no, if it seems like this isn't doing much, it really is. We were getting top scores and victories all around. These are just the flares that we hit. Oh my god, this clip. This is me just being confused as to how air blast works with props. Because, like, in my brain, I'm like, surely I can air blast someone through this hole. Apparently not. I have no idea how that works. Obviously, I don't play that much Pyro, and I don't go to air blast everyone I see. So yeah, back there, Nucleus was probably the best map I could have hoped for this strategy. What I really wanted was a map with an exposed control point, so we could sync up flares on people standing on the point, which we have, and a really good opportunity to spawn camp and get behind the enemy, which, as we know, Nucleus is just perfect for. Even though there are many different exits, no one uses them. Oh my god, this clip. We've got so many synced shots. This is exactly what I had in mind when I set out to do this, and just the fact that we managed to kill all those people with crit flares, like, sure, we could have just walked at them with the flamethrower, but come on. That's too easy, isn't it? Even more annoying, though, than the pyro's afterburn immunity was their ability to put out people that are on fire and medics to heal and put out on fire patients. Oh my god. So many times, pyros would extinguish people that were on fire, or yeah, the medics would just keep healing them and the afterburn would fade. But you know, I think we made it work overall. Oh my god, that kill. That was just ridiculous. So yeah, on a map like Frontier, especially on attack, it was way harder to get us all grouped up. So instead of becoming like a flare gun focus fire, it was sort of just like a flare gun and shoot them on fire if you can. Speaking of shooting people with the flare gun, I never realized just how atrocious I was with this weapon. Like, back in the day, whenever I would use it, it would always be directly after an air blast, and this was back before they could strafe like they can now. So, I mean, it is some pretty shocking aim, but the thing is, if you're shooting at a group of people and you have multiple pyros, your lack of aim can be made up with just sheer numbers of projectiles and numbers of targets, and that's basically what I relied on throughout these clips. Oh my god, cratering the soldier into the ground, followed by killing his medic. That's pretty great, and I couldn't have done that if my teammates hadn't lit them up for me, so yeah, that's the strategy paying off for sure. There's this one poor, innocent pyro in these clips. He keeps showing up. He keeps running like the flare gun gauntlet, just running bravely straight forward through all the flare guns, getting hit by 30 damage each time. And it's actually so tragic to watch. I felt so bad, slowly like whittling his health away as he came closer and closer and closer. Only to die and achieve nothing. I mentioned before how Frontier offense is, yeah, less than perfect for performing the strategy. However, Frontier defense is actually pretty good for a payload map, because unlike most payload maps, they have to stand on top of the cart, and while the cart is a big obstacle, at least when they're on it, they're kind of out in the open and exposed from the sides. So we were able to fire flares at people on the cart and actually get some decent damage going, whereas on a map like Upward or Badwater, the cart sort of gets in the way between them and yourself. And you know what I mean. In terms of team composition, we went for just 4 pyros to start with, and while we were getting some really nice clips, we were dying really quickly, and we had to constantly keep breaking up and coming back together to grab health. But it worked so much better when we had like 3 pyros and a medic, or 4 pyros and a medic, just because that way, one medic was definitely enough to keep all the pyros safe. They got pretty good protection just with the air blast, and the pyros are decently tanky class with decent movement speed, of course. But just one medic was enough to keep us all together, and oh, look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. That's exactly what you want. If only I could get more shots like that. It's so dumb. I'll hit shots like that, but then the easiest close range flares I'll just completely whiff. So stupid. And here's Swiftcheese stealing my kill. I had crit flames there, and he goes and flare guns him before I can finish him off. But good job sticking with the strategy, Swiftcheese. Props to you. Oh my god, this next clip. This is totally natural and organic. We didn't set this up or anything, but we're just in the middle of doing the strategy on Badwater, and all of a sudden I noticed the heavy in front of us has the Huelong heater, and we're able to totally take advantage of it by setting people on fire. It was actually hilarious. We were planning on actually making this video, but then this just happened. Like, he's getting the damage bonus. With the Huelong heater, it does almost Brass Beast damage when they're on fire, which is just insane, honestly. Because the Brass Beast is so great, but if you have the movement speed of a normal minigun, oh, it's just perfect. One more thing I've got to try someday is doing this, but with the Scorch Shot, just because the Scorch Shot has that kind of knockback. It pops them up in the air when it hits them, and that would be so annoying to be juggled by that non-stop. It just sounds like a totally funny thing to do. Anyway, it's probably about time to wrap this up. This was actually so much fun, and I hope you enjoyed this kind of more casual and just like laid-back style of getting a combo. Just mass classes all going in there just to see what we can do. Nothing, you know, too complicated or gimmicky, just good solid TF2. Class stacking is always a ton of fun. Oh my god. And what an excellent way to end the video with me, you know, shooting a few flare guns, and then going up to walk inside this building, only to get absolutely bodied by a random family business heavy. Well, that's all I got for you right now. How about I catch you next time? See ya.